Welcome to my videos. This is one of the miscellaneous videos that I do. What's going on here today is my Onkyo remote. It's for an older receiver and it quit working. Well, it didn't completely quit working. Over time, fewer and fewer buttons would function anymore, and it wound up getting to only a few buttons that would work. So, through Amazon, I ordered this remote, this RC-865M. The problem here is this remote could not be programmed. So it worked perfect with the stereo system. But, if you had a TV, you couldn't use it as a universal remote because unlike this one, which you could program, this one you could not. And so it virtually made this pointless. So initially, what I did was swap out the circuit board in this one and put it in this one. That gave me all the functionality of the keys that didn't work over here anymore, and they worked over here, and it allowed me to program. Okay, there was a couple problems though. So I wanted to take this, the numbering scheme, it's a little silicone strip, and switch it over here as well. But this was slightly a different size. This strip is actually longer than this strip. So I couldn't just swap everything out. So all my buttons up here work. Now I'm not sure if these are just not programmed correctly or not, or if they're not touching. Now I can hit this enter button and it will pause, and everything functions now as it is. Then next I ordered a new remote. Okay, now this one is RC-803M. See, it's slightly different. This is the original, and this is the replacement. Coloring scheme's a little bit off. Some of these buttons are labeled different. Why I ordered this one is I'm hoping that this silicone strip will fit maybe in this one. On the description, this shows a little bit larger than this, but size-wise here, they're identical. Size-wise here, it's identical. So I am not sure how this is going to go, but we shall see. Now, in the past, I have taken this apart before, and of course it causes all this marring through here. Because I had, just screwdrivers at the time trying to pry it apart. And even with this one, a couple weeks ago, I marred it. So, you have to realize that that's probably going to happen. After I did it, I got some real fine, super fine sandpaper, and sanded it back down so it's not quite so, at least rough when you feel it. But anyway, I got me a new toolkit. I fixed it tools, makes awesome tools. Yeah, okay. So with the original remote, it seems like sliding it here, you have to start at the top. I do remember that, just because of this doesn't come apart very easy down here, at least at first. So take this side, then slide it up here. That's already pulled apart, so I think it'll stay. Yes. I'll go ahead and take this out. Okay. Yeah, I about screwed up. The original Onkyo remote has a Phillips screw right here. Let's take this screw out. Oh yeah, that's gonna help a lot. Okay. So here is the silicone tap, whatever I'm talking about. Now initially, you know, I try to clean this because there's like a, you know, it's a remote, and I guess food and everything gets down in here, and so I try to clean it all up, but it's never did quite work right. So I believe these are coated in a sense that when they make contact with the circuit board, it does the button. You'll see when I get this one apart. So I'm thinking I lost some of the contact stuff. I'm not wanting to keep this because I don't think this one's any good. Now I can kind of test it in a second and we can see. Now remember, this circuit board, or the original remote, is currently in here. Okay, so now we are taking apart the replacement remote I got a couple weeks ago. Oh, let me show you that one when I'm right here. So right there was the screw, the original remote. And this one, it's just a fake. It's fake. There's nothing there. There's no screw. And yeah, there's nothing. I started doing this off the camera. I can see. It's hard to do this on the front of me like this. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's line this back up. Okay, so this is in fact the new silicone button switch to replace this one, since this one apparently, like I said, the coatings or something doesn't work. And then this is the original circuit board from the original remote. If I put the batteries in here, let me put some gloves on. So what I'm going to do is put this in here. How I'm going to test this board: this is the good circuit board. This is the known bad silicone strip. But if, let's see, I lay it on here. The batteries are inside. So if I press a button, you're going to know it works because of the light. So some of these work, while others do not. And that's the problem. Okay, so now if I take the good silicone strip, lay it on here, then everything is working. So now the problem down here with the things is slightly off, but they do work. So we know this circuit board from the original remote, even though it wasn't fully functionable, the circuit board is good. It's the strip that is bad, the silicone strip. That's how we test it to see. So this we're going to dump over here because it's junk. Okay, let's do one other thing. See, so I have a meter here. Now we're going to put it on continuity. Continuity is basically put it in here and you get the signal that you got contact. Okay, so just to verify if these strips have some kind of coating, Let's see. No, they do not. So it's kind of weird that when they press, somehow it creates a contact. Now let's do one other trick to see something. This is all just fun. This is just fun and games here. Now I don't want to mess up my good circuit board. This is the one that I ordered, cannot be programmed, so I'm never going to use this. This is junk to me. This is valuable. This is valuable. But this is junk. But what we're going to do is see if there's continuity here. Each one of these little sections is where the buttons are lined up. Okay, so my idea is thinking, and you can see the traces don't contact, the bottom traces don't contact with the top traces. When the buttons press and it touches this trace here to this trace, there's two traces on the bottom, two traces on the top. Somehow when the button presses, even though there's no nothing that's creating the circuit there, it presses. It makes a button function. Well, it's going to be kind of hard like this. First, I'm going to test just the bottom. Nothing. Oh, I don't get any kind of thing there. Now, see, I'm going to tell you this right up front. I really don't know how circuit boards are done. This and that. So, maybe one of y'all do, and you can answer this in a comments on exactly how this works. This is just how I know how to test, how to troubleshoot kind of stuff. And sometimes you don't get the answers. You just kind of know how something happens. But let me do something else to show you something. We're putting this junk circuit board. Now, one more time, I'm going to test. No, nothing. Okay. So, let's just verify. Put this in like this. Works. That was very strange to me. But that lined up. Okay. Yeah, whenever you're laying this over, it has to be lined up just right, or it misses. So again, I don't know how these are doing it. Perhaps, this is my thinking now, that there is a small amount of gap between the traces, and so when that button's pressed inside the circuit board, there's a small amount of gap that when the button comes down and presses, it creates the contact. So if that theory is right, I should be able to press let's see, on a button area. This is just a stylus pin, and create a contact. And I'm making sure it's pressing fully. Absolutely nothing. This is just a rubber stylus pin. So of course there's no continuity across it. Now we're going to try one more thing. This is just, why the heck does it work? That's all this is about right here. This isn't about making the remote work. This is about wondering why this works. So now I got a flat bit, and I'm going to cover the traces. Yeah. So, and make sure initially I wasn't getting it flat. Probably had it at a slight angle. So very, very odd to me. But anyway, so that is basically that's just testing the board. I don't know, just trying to figure out why something works. That's what I do sometimes. It's just I wonder, I question why exactly is something working, and I try to figure it out. Okay, so anyway, back to fixing the product. So this video is only really geared to you people that have the original remote. If you do not have that, then all this is kind of pointless to you. I doubt it. So this is the first time I've taken this one apart. I need to show you how to cut this down slightly. And two other ones I did. Were right here. This one and this one, right at the end of the or by the battery. You'll see when I just ordered, it's a little bit higher still. And I trimmed these off slightly. So I trimmed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on this one I'm going to trim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, a little bit of a point on that back side. Once you get it cut, gotta cut through again. Now, you can probably clearly see. Oh, that one is now shorter than that. But one thing, if it is too short, then the circuit board is going to be too short and the buttons will get depressed. So you certainly don't want to cut them too short. So start high and then trim off as needed. That one I'm certainly not going to shave off anymore because I did cut it a little bit short. This is the good one. Put it back in. And what I found is easiest to kind of overlay this first. So next is the buttons or the top. See if it closes. It may or may not. It didn't on me before because that's why I had to trim those other ones. Closed fine, perfect. So that is how you get a working Onkyo remote. The main thing is you have to have the original circuit board to switch over. I hope it did help. Subscribe to my channel. Cody series is coming soon. If By the time you see this, I might already have it out. What Kodi is an HTP system, which is a home theater PC. It allows you to stream content through a computer to your TV, and you can have your entire library, DVDs, everything put on a storage server and streamed to any Kodi devices that you have anywhere in your house. Be sure to check those videos. I'm trying to do it very thorough from everything you need. So depending on your expertise, you may be able to skip some videos. You may go, hey, I need this part, or this is where I have a problem. You can find the videos that should hopefully help you out. So subscribe to my channel, and I hope this has helped you if you are needing a remote like this. See you on the next video.